Now,
Right.
another question could be, what was your role as a co-founder? Like, how have you been involved in the labels operation and development?
Far as is with the label, I was in prison. I don't kind of had two little hiccups, so I've been in prison, so I never really got a chance to um operate on the label end of it. I didn't get it
Okay.
because I was in prison.
Yeah, that's man. That I understand it. I understand it. A lot of people that things get to moving while you're locked up. Now, I have to ask you this, man, and I'm not trying to put salt in the old wound. Is it weird to be locked up and you see your homeboys out there just getting it, like on TV, interviews, big label stuff going on, or did they hold you down and just keep you included?
I'm not gonna say it was weird, but I felt good about it. Like, damn, okay, now we
Okay.
finally getting somewhere now. Like, you feel me? And I always knew I was coming home. I didn't have no crazy sentence, so I knew I was gonna come home. When I came home, everything was gonna be everything. So it wasn't weird. I was happy.
Yeah, I would say weird is a
Felt
bad
good.
way for me to phrase that. I would say did you feel some type of way? But obviously you felt the most positive about it. You saw it as inspiration, huh?
Fast, fast, fast. It helped me get through my bid better, basically. Because it's like, now, okay, I know I'm finna come home, and my man's got down. He done finally did it now. We done did all this shit that we've been working for and putting all this work in for. Bro finally made it now. So it's like, hey, I felt good about it. It wasn't no weird feeling. It wasn't no salty feeling. I'm happy. I'm like, hell yeah. Like, this is what we on now. Like, hell yeah. It's that time.
Okay, that's a positive way of looking at it, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. Need more of that, man. And most people, as a word of advice, would just tell people out there that say, hey, they catch a little hiccup or here or there, and things start moving. There's some motion going their way for their crew or whatever. Somebody's blowing up. That's the way that they should look at the situation.
You said what now?
I said, do you think that that's the way that most people should look at the situation? If say they catch a hiccup, they get locked up, and all of a sudden somebody from their hood or even somebody from their inner circle, their crew blows up, man. You feel like that's how they should look at it?
Yeah, you got to look at it. What other type of way you gonna look at it? Why would you feel salty about it? Why would you feel any type of way about it? Like, this supposed to be motivation for you. Like,
Yeah.
especially if you down bad and you doing a bid or whatever, they supposed to be motivation for you to be trying to get your mind right to come on home so you can get back in rotation with your mans. Like, you shouldn't feel no other type of way. What other way? Why would you feel some type of other way? That's kind of crazy.
Yep. Nah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, you got a positive outlook, it seems. That's good, man. That's what's up.
Um,
Plus, if you know you about your business and you're an artist in your own right, you're gonna hit the ground running, right?
No, for sure. You got to know that. See, that what you're supposed to already know. You can't really just be worried about what your man's got going on. You gotta be thinking about what you finna get out here and do anyway. So you shouldn't be trying to press about what another man got. That's his business. He did that. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all might have put in some of the work together and some of the groundwork together and stuff for him to get there. But at the end of the day, that's his money, bro. That's his motion. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get
Yep.
your own motion as a man. You got to have your own motion anyway as a man, for sure.
Yeah, words. Wise words there. Now, here's another question, right? Now, what have been some of the biggest challenges and obstacles that y'all had as YSL in its creation to what it's become now, as far as a label?
Um, Bro, back then, our biggest obstacle was basically trying to get, because we were basically kind of like misunderstood a little bit, because from the way that we was dressing, the shit that our lingo and just a lot of shit was kind of misunderstood when we first kind of hit the scene, the rap
I
scene.
remember that. I remember that.
Yeah, we was kind of misunderstood when we first hit the rap scene like that. So, it was basically just trying to it was like trying to get people to understand who he is without us have to basically go out here and try to prove ourselves to nobody, because we ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. Like, it's our city, I already know who he is, but it's like the people outside of our city don't really know who he is. You feel me? They just going off of old thug wearing dresses and he calling them my love and all this. So it's like we had to go through that shit of people saying this shit and all this old funny style ass shit. And then, we real street niggas. Like, so it's like that shit played a part. It kind of like that was one of our obstacles we had to get over, because it's like, damn, we had to realize, like, okay, we're gonna have to X all this street shit out. Damn, what people saying, we can't be getting mad and can't be trying to go out here and fight people and all this shit just because we see people saying this type of shit on the internet. Then we see them in the club, we want to fight them, and you feel what I'm saying? Like, it was
Yeah.
shit like that we kind of had to, like, get over that shit. Like, hey,
And I
bro,
remember that. I remember you guys changing the game with the lingo, changing the game with the way you dress. Young Thug has his own style, obviously, right? But
for
one
sure.
thing, even if I look at like y'all social media now, right? Like I look at your Instagram page, I look at Young Thug. Seems like fashion has played a major part in a lot of the things that you guys do. Like it looks like man, these dudes are on. Like I can look at your Instagram and say, okay, these guys is getting it somehow, whatever. You know what I mean? Even if I wasn't familiar with rap. But do you think that those obstacles started like you started to beat those back by focusing more on that positive aspect and on the fashion?
Facts, bro. So once we started focusing more on that, but I nigga been me personally, I've been putting this shit on since I was a kid. Like since like baby pictures. Like this ain't never new. You know what I'm saying? I always been a nigga that dressed outside of the box. I always been a nigga that had on some shit that I know ain't nobody finna even think about picking up and wearing. Y'all ain't putting this type of shit. Y'all scared to wear this type of shit. So it always been like, you feel what I'm saying? For me, I wasn't never really tripping about what I'm saying I'm wearing. A lot of it was more sort of the shit. Like y'all keep saying this old funny style ass shit. Like our town know what's happening with us though. Outside of us don't, like I said, outside of the town don't really know us. So it's like,
Yeah, and you guys, to clarify, you guys come from it's Cleveland, right? And just
no,
so the fan,
Thug from John Burr side of the Cleveland Avenue area. I'm from the west side of Atlanta. I end up just migrating to Cleveland, like start hanging on Cleveland.
okay,
I'm from the west side of Atlanta.
okay, so you from the west side of Atlanta. That's up. So, and you guys being, I mean, at one point, definitely, in the streets doing your thing, right? When people are starting to say those things, I can see where that could get on your nerves, and you're like, okay, man, don't try me the wrong way. Not
Yeah,
saying
for sure. And they called us to almost crash out a lot of times, but thank God that we just had enough sense to not let that shit bother us and move on with our music and pursue our dreams, man. That's it. Thank God that we didn't let that shit phase us for real. We got over it fast.